Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. So this week it's been announced that Wayne Rooney, he has retired. He's no longer playing professional football anymore. You know, he's with Derby County the last couple of, almost a year and a bit now. And he's retired and he's now gone into management and he's the Derby County manager now. So as a United fan myself, Wayne Rooney, the question is Wayne Rooney a Manchester United legend or icon? A lot of people are talking about this. There's differences of course. You can't have too many legends, otherwise it's not as pristine, You can't have like everyone's a legend. Legends are people like, back in the old days, people say Bobby Charlton and all them. Roy Keane, I think would count as a legend. And you can argue Giggs, Scholes, maybe whatever you want. You can argue them. Icons more like Andy Cole, Dwight York. It might say Cantona, legend. That's another video for sure. Gary Neville, icons. But Wayne Rooney, is he a legend or is he an icon? Now, in my opinion, he's a legend for sure. You hear some different things when he retired. People are saying, "Yep, unbelievable career, legend, all that jazz." And other people are saying he didn't quite live up to his potential. Now, we'll get into that video. Me personally, I think that's just bollocks and delusional because, that's me. He didn't live up to his potential. He's Manchester United's all-time record goal scorer with 253 goals, beating Bobby Charlton's record. He's England's all-time record goal scorer with 53 goals, beating Bobby Charlton's all-time record. He's won everything there is in the game with United. Didn't win anything with England, but name me an England player in the last 50 years who has won something. So that's irrelevant. Him and Ronaldo were like the main two people at the time, and they're both at United. People counted them as on level pegging. They're both exceptional players. Obviously Ronaldo, as he's got older, he's gone on further, and Rooney has declined. But not everybody's Ronaldo. As I say, not Ronaldo and Messi. The reason why they're talked about as the greatest players of all time, because it's not easy to do that for so long. And Rooney, he's just an example. Not everyone can be them, Messi and Ronaldo. But when Rooney had a good 8 or 9 years, you saw prime, unbelievable Rooney, who I think was unbelievable. One of United's greatest ever players. My childhood growing up, seeing Rooney, he was the main man, and then scoring like over 25. I remember when Van Persie came. It was almost the beginning and the end when Van Persie came, because Van Persie took over the goal scoring, and Rooney took a step back. But no United fan can forget that ball that Rooney gave to Van Persie against Villa to win the title, all over the top, and Van Persie hit it first time. Unbelievable. Rooney, unbelievable player. Let's get into some of his stats. As I said, he scored 253 United goals in all competitions. Premier League, I think he's second all time behind Alan Shearer. Shearer's obviously got 260 goals. Rooney, he's played 491 Premier League games for United and Everton, scoring 208 goals and making 103 assists. Unbelievable stats, Rooney. Rooney's an all-rounder. He'll track back, he'll go, obviously an lethal striker. Unbelievable work rate. You'll see him all over the pitch. He's unbelievable. He got the 2009-10 Player of the Season. 9-10 was peak Rooney statistics-wise probably. Obviously, he's a 5-time Premier League champion in 06-07, 7-8, 8-9, 10-11 and 12-13. He's unbelievable career. He's obviously won the Champions League in 2008 with United when they beat Chelsea. He won the FA Cup in 2016. He won the Europa League in 2017. He's won the EFL Cup at least twice, probably more, 3 times actually. And he's won it all. I said in the game, he's won it all, Wayne Rooney. And when he came to United at the time, I think it was the most expensive transfer for a teenager at the time. Obviously that record gets broken every couple of years. But at the time, for 25 million from Everton to United, he was the most expensive teenager. Rooney first broke onto the scene with Everton in 2002, scoring that goal against Arsenal. That's when people started talking about him, since 2002 when he's only like 16. And he was with United until 2017. He joined in 2004. Yep, 2004. So 13 years at United. Went back to Everton for a season. And he obviously had 2 before that. So with Everton for like 3 seasons. Obviously went to DC for a couple of seasons, and then to Derby where he finished up, and now he's a manager. But Rooney, he's definitely, in my opinion, lived up to the expectations, the hype, whatever you want to call around him. And as I said, not every player is Ronaldo, but he's definitely a Manchester United legend for sure. He's part of one of the most successful eras of the club. As I said, 5 Premier League titles, a Champions League, 4 League Cups, 1 FA Cup, FIFA Club World Cup, Europa League, and the Super English, the Community Shield, which means nothing, but he's won that 4 times as well. Obviously captained United for a good few years. I think from Van Gaal, so 3 years captain of the club. Captained England for a good few years. Had an unbelievable Euro 2004 with England. England fans will know better than me. For England, he's played 120 times, so he's got 120 caps, scoring 53 goals in that time. So England's all-time record goal scorer. Unbelievable career. Obviously with England, they weren't that successful with Rooney. He was unbelievable 2004, had that ankle injury in 2006 and he got rushed back to the World Cup, so he struggled there. 2008 they obviously didn't make the Euros. 2010, the World Cup, remember him shouting to the camera in South Africa, but that was a poor England team. A very poor England team. 2012, I remember him scoring in that Euros. England, they got knocked down penalties to Italy. 2014, he scored his first World Cup goal, but they got knocked down in the group, so very poor. 2016 then, the Iceland game, Rooney's last major tournament. Very unsuccessful, that tournament for him. But now Rooney's come near the end of that stage. As I said, when Van Persie came, it was kind of the beginning of the end for Rooney. The season before Van Persie came, I think Rooney was like the Premier League top scorer, and then when Van Persie came, he was the main man, and Rooney took a step back. He focused on other things. So 2011-12, Rooney in 34 games scored 27 goals, so unbelievable stats. Next year Van Persie came, 27 games and 12 goals. Then next year, with David Moyes' first year, he played 29 games and got 17 goals. So from that season on, from 2013-14, it kind of went down again. 14-15, Van Gaal's first year, 33 games, 12 goals, and then 15-16, 28 games, 8 goals, and then 16-17, 25 games, 5 goals. So see, less and less games, less and less goals. But Rooney, he'd often have seasons like that. Mainly Rooney's most successful goal scoring seasons were the seasons United didn't win the league. Look at 09-10, he scored 26 goals in 32 games. The season before, he scored 12 goals in 30 games. Rooney was more than scoring goals. He sacrificed so much for the team. When he's that front three with Ronaldo, Tevez, and obviously himself, he sacrificed the most. Suarez couldn't trust Ronaldo on the left wing. He'd put Rooney there to track back. Rooney was he was the man who sacrificed the most out of that big three, and still succeeded. He still had a lot of success. So Rooney will always be remembered from United fans anyway, Everton fans as well, surely. Especially when he broke onto the scene there. He obviously won last year at Everton, 2017-18, played 31 games, scoring 10 goals. But Rooney, his form dropped off when United dropped off as well. If you looked at, since everything Sir Alex retired, obviously United have been very poor. We had Van Gaal, Mourinho and Moyes all failed for different reasons. And, the team wasn't as good, and Rooney struggled in those teams, as he was getting older. And Rooney played a lot of football, got a lot of mileage in from an early age, as I said, playing from 16 years old. So, as I said, not everyone's Ronaldo, you can keep going forever, People decline. And Rooney declined, but, what he did while he was in his prime is enough to make him a Man United legend, in my opinion, for sure. He's definitely up there with the greats. Obviously, the highest goal scorer. You can't be the highest goal scorer without being considered a legend. And in my opinion, he is a legend of United, not an icon, a legend. But tell me, guys, what do you guys think? Do you think he's just an icon, a legend? Some people, it's actually more mixed than I thought it would be. I thought more people would think he's a legend, but maybe he peaked too soon and he got burnt out. That's the argument. But in my opinion, he fulfilled his potential. And pretty much, he won everything he was in the game. Highest goal scorers with United and England. I don't see how much more. What else wants him to do? He came 5th in Ballon d'Or 2011. He scored in Champions League final 2011 against that Barca team. That's peak Rooney right there. I don't know what more you want off him. That England teams, you can't think that in him, really, can you? So anyway, guys, that's the video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe for new, and turn on notifications because we're trying to get out as much videos as we can over the next few weeks. And yeah, thanks for watching. And all I said, guys, I'm out of here.